Hey, what's up you guys? This is Rob from AGayGuyPlays. Now, as you can probably tell, this is not how I usually start my videos. In fact, you're seeing probably a whole new place. Now, unfortunately, my computer is pretty much dead at this moment. Literally, if you have not caught me on social media, if you've not followed me on Twitter, you probably should, number one, at AGayGuyPlays. Go check that out. We had a bit of a blackout yesterday. And what seemed to have happened is my computer completely exploded. It didn't explode. It did not explode. Yep, pretty much dead for the moment. But don't worry, it'll be back soon. It just stopped turning on. I was actually in the middle of editing the audio for my Kvatz video, and then it was like, whoop, no more, nada, done. So I actually spent the day trying to like troubleshoot and figure out what it is. First, I thought it was the water cooling system. Now I'm kind of wondering if it might be the motherboard or something like that. So I've actually got a new motherboard and a new power supply on the way. And I'm also maybe possibly getting a new water cooling system. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how everything goes for now. Cost me a pretty penny, but you know, I gotta make YouTube videos, and that's exactly what this is right here. I know I've been rambling for a bit. I figure that what I should go ahead and do is I should still put out content for you guys. I have some content on my phone-ish. It's not dick pics, not like dirty movies or anything, but I got some footage from TennoCon that I definitely wanted to share with you guys and kind of let you guys know about the whole experience. But here is the real challenge, because there is a challenge today. I'm doing it all from my phone because I have no access to a computer, so I'm gonna be editing this bitch on iMovie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it all from my phone, so we're gonna see how this all transpires. It could be one terrible, terrible, horrible thing, but you know what? Let's start off with TennoCon. Oh shit, it's it's already recording. So what's up you guys? The adventure begins. I'm actually all checked in already, so this is gonna be high stress? No, it should be all good now. All of the rough stuff is done, and I can just kind of chill out and catch some Pokemon on Pokemon Go. So this is really exciting. I will see you guys at TennoCon very, very soon. Just pray that the flights are okay. We'll see. I don't know where the camera hole is, so I'm just assuming and I'm just kind of looking. So I'll see you guys soon, okay? Bye. I just thought I would point this out. There is like a dirty banana on the floor. Who does that? Okay, so I'm totally trying to find a place for you guys that you guys can see that it is not completely gray and dismal, but guess what? That's what San Francisco is like. So I have literally become one of those annoying people with the selfie sticks. And I still don't know where to look on this ridiculous thing. Alright, so I've got about 2 more hours before I have to head out for my flight. I'm here so early that they literally don't have a gate for my plane yet. So I kind of feeling like I need a little bit of a debauchery. There's a duty free over there, and I kind of want to pick up like a bottle of liquor and just kind of have it for the rest of the trip. But I'm sure that's probably not a good thing. However, everything in my body is telling me that it's going to be an amazing thing. Now, for those of you who don't know the full story of this, I actually went off to the duty free and picked up a bottle of Captain Morgan's. Now, I was really, really sad to find out that they actually package this shit up for you so that you cannot bring it around the airport, which I was not aware of at all, which made me so devastated. They actually put it in a bag, seal it up, say, you can't touch this, we'll give it to you once you get on the plane, but if we catch you with an open bag from duty free, we're taking that shit. And I was like, no! But to keep you updated, now unfortunately I can't record it because I'm recording on my phone and I don't know how to record Pokemon Go on my phone. However, interesting fact, there were a lot of eggs near the men's restroom. Just thought you should know that. Look at this fucking chair. This is absolutely like the most adorable looking chair, and they even have like a workstation over there. What is this? God damn it, San Francisco International, you are doing it right. Anyway, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with the rest of my time here, because there's still a lot of time. So I will see you guys soon. Okay, so the lighting's terrible, so I didn't want to be on camera, but I wanted to show you guys my little freaking jail cell of a cubicle here while I'm waiting for my flight. And we finally got our gates, and we got a little cool charging station. Seriously, little dentist office of an airport that I have back at home does not have this, so kind of cool.
And like the classy gentleman I am, you damn well know that this happened. In fact, it happened a couple of times before I got off the plane.
Now, that is pretty much where the footage ends. If I can kind of insert a clip, a picture, I'm not even sure if I can fucking do that on iMovie, but we'll see. If it is, it should be on your screen right now. I picked up a couple bottles of Captain Morgan's original rum, which I thought was just a repackage of the spiced rum, which it's not. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's fucking dark rum, which isn't terrible, but is also not Captain Morgan spiced rum. And I wasn't a fan of it, so of course, when you're not a fan of something that you're drinking, the one thing that you gotta do is you gotta fucking just swig it and just chug it down. So me and DK and a little bit of one of our friends, Alice, we actually decided to kill the bottles that first night, which pretty much led to me not taking footage for the rest of the night. I did get this clip though. Everybody says hi. And that was pretty much how we spent night one. It was actually kind of amazing because we all hung out in Pokey's room. So if you guys aren't aware, Pokey Panda Bear is an amazing streamer over at twitch.tv/PokeyPandaBear. And we spent a lot of time in his room. Actually, his room and my room were adjoined. So you could literally just open up the doors in between the rooms and you could just walk in and out freely, which I'm sure that he was not fond of at all. So that was pretty much the end of night one, which we were joined at the very, very last minute with the lovely Snowlit, also on Twitch, twitch.tv/Snowlit. Ooh, that was a tongue twister. But yeah, she actually got in at 1:30. Props to the girl, because she was put on a plane, she was deboarded, which is not the same thing as deported, twice on 2 different flights. She missed one of her flights, and the poor girl was like we didn't know whether she was gonna make it. She probably didn't know whether she was make it, but she was the biggest sweetheart through the whole. Well, she wasn't the biggest sweetheart, but she was a big sweetheart as compared to me, who was jackass. So the next day we got to have a lovely and amazing brunch at the DE studios, which we took a tour of. It's pretty amazing because you actually get to look into like the life of a DE employee, and it's rough. Like the dedication of these people. There were people working, okay, legit. When we came in, there were people working on the patches and doing all of that shit to make it all right. And throughout the rest of the day, from what I heard, they were actually pulling people from the event to continue working on all of the patches and that. It's a fucking Saturday. Dear Lord God, you damn well know that these people have so much dedication. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. And then the little secret is they have little posters. Well, not little posters. They're massive posters of each of the Warframes up. And at our tables, we were discussing, number one, how many hand jobs it would take to get one of those. And number two, how much it would actually cost and how we would transport. We're planning a heist. This is why DE like pats your ass down when you get in. There was like a security guard, and highlight of my day was getting pat down by him. It's like, ooh, this is an interesting feeling. But anyway, we were like set. We were like set to like pull a Ocean's 11 on those posters. We're like, wow, because they're not really posters. They're massive prints, but like painting, they're ginormous. Anyway, we had an amazing breakfast that morning. The maple bread pudding was like fucking ridiculous. And their red velvet cupcakes, oh, so good. If only I had not drank all that rum last night. I was feeling fine. Don't get me wrong. I was feeling fine. No headaches, no nothing. However, my stomach was just a little not happy. After that, we actually moved on to the TennoCon floor, and there's so many things that I have to say because you walk in and this just feels all over the place. It is amazing. Like, you just walk in, there's so many things to do, so many places to go, so many people that you see. Like, legit, the first thing I fucking did, I made a beeline to go ahead and pick up one of the Valkyr statues. There were only, I believe, there were only 12 there for sale, and I think there might have been 2 for display that they eventually ended up selling. They packed them up and sold them because people wanted them so bad. And you walk in and you just start meeting people, and I was like fucking in that line. I was like, gotta get my Valkyr statue. And who do I turn around and see behind me talking about he hopes he can get his hands on a Valkyr statue, which I don't think he did, but he might have, but Angry Joe himself. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. And the day has only begun.
Okay, so I was super psyched. This is a little bit of the haul that we picked up from TennoCon. If you notice, we've got Nick, so that was actually given to us as a part of the VIP. But what is that? I never thought that I was going to be able to get my hands on an Excalibur statue, but they had them there. And I was like, okay, I cannot, I must not, I need it. But this is like the fucking cream of the crop. Look at how amazing that Valkyrie looks. Oh my god, she just fucking wishboned a Moa. That is incredible. And my favorite part about it is look at all the dangly bits. This is where I love the dangly bits. It's fucking amazing. I'm like, ooh, looks so good. So excited. Now, all of them came with codes for, like, you know, plat and all that kind of stuff, and noggles. So what I'm planning on doing actually is I'm going to do a little bit of a giveaway. I'm going to start with my Patreon, see if any of them are over there are PS4 Xbox players, and I've got codes to give away, not just for the Warframe stuff, but also for the Syandana, the sigil that came out at TennoCon. Those are all exclusives. Now, in addition, I also picked up some playing cards, and because, you know, my Coke Zero is a thing, I had to get a Warframe mug too.
After that, we ran into a whole bunch of viewers, and I have to say right now, I'm super humbled by, like, the amount of love, like, this channel has, the viewership, and I just want to hug everybody. See, the thing about YouTube content is you see the view numbers rise, you see people leaving comments, but you don't really get to see the entire community that you've built. But here, you get to meet them, like, firsthand. Let me tell you, our community is fucking sexy as fuck. Like, you think about video games and the first thing you think about are, like, overweight neckbeards that, like, are mildly disgusting to look at. And that's Warframe players are hot. I was like walking around, I was like, ooh, you. I'm like, let's not be creepy, but let's just say we are all very attractive people. So if you guys plan on coming to TennoCon 2017, definitely make sure you get your hair on point, make sure you hit the gym and look damn right sexy, because there's a lot of people. Honestly, I was kind of hoping that there were a lot of neckbeards. Because then in comparison, I wouldn't look like a complete slob, which I kind of felt like I did, you know? Didn't have all of the normal hair product that I have, didn't have all of the time in the morning to get ready and, you know, beautified and all that kind of stuff. But I was just so impressed. There were girls there too, so straight guys, you know, I'm telling you, there are some really gorgeous women there. Absolutely amazing. I wish I could have taken some pictures, because there's this girl with like these like lacy black leggings, and there's this gorgeous like Indian girl. I was like, damn, y'all have a pic of all of these straight men. Good, you do it. You do it. But that aside, the panel was absolutely amazing, and I should have known that it was gonna be really good. Because here's a little bit of a backstage moment. All of the YouTubers congregated in the back, and Megan kind of like pulled us in and made sure that we, you know, had seen our questions from the night before and kind of knew what we were going to be talking about. And she looked at us, and she turned to me, and she said, "You can say whatever you want. There are no filters." And I was like, oh, you do not know what kind of trouble you have just gotten yourself in. And I was like, are you sure? She's like, yep, you are free to say whatever you like. And I was like, it was like I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then I found out later why. And I'm not going to share it in this video, but let's just say the trivia question that Megan had for me, she read out a quote that I had made in one of my videos. And then she had asked me, what is the name of this video? What is the full title? And if you guys, of course you guys have seen my titling, it is not appropriate. And the title that she picked was probably the best one. So I'm just gonna have you scan amongst my videos and look at the titles of what I say. And I was like, I did not know what the title was. I didn't remember. So I actually had to pull the script from her. I was like, what do you have over there? Because her podium was right next to my seat. So I was cheating the whole time. But yeah, so I actually went ahead
and took a look and I started laughing. Because the thing is, I make all of these videos and I don't necessarily remember what I say in them. So to have that like put right in front of me, I'm like, oh, I'm bad. But anyway, that was amazing. Then of course all of the reveals, Necros Prime, the Tigris Prime, and the Galatine Prime. I've been waiting for Galatine Prime for a fucking long ass time. So I'm super hyped. I'm buying that shit like straight off the bat. And that Tigris Prime, oh my god. Fucking amazing. Now, unfortunately, I did miss the art stream with Minky. Oh my god, Minky. How could I miss you? However, I missed it because there were so many things to do on the floor. There was a target range, there was the kind of like jousting, and there was the art wall. And as you can see, these are all of like the events that we had all day long, and you kind of marked them off. And I was supposed to submit this, but like a terrible human being like I am, I forgot to. But at least I get to show you this right now. And also thank you to my Neramon partner in crime, Half Def, who was actually there in line with us during the target practice portion. However, unfortunately, the Twitch panel started at the exact same time, so we legitimately, I looked at DK and I was like, we gotta go see the fam. We gotta get the fuck out. So we had to cut out of the line and we didn't get to play because I really wanted to shoot some grenades in the dick. But we did that, and then of course we had the signing, which I have so many stories about that signing. Oh my god, it was absolutely ridiculous. Here is my badge from TennoCon. This is actually pretty fantastic, and there's a lot of glare from the camera, so there's things written in silver pen. You can see Mickey's name. I did not fanboy over anybody aside from Minky. Minky was like, oh, the one, and look at his cute little signature right there. I was like, oh, Minky. But of course, you know, there's DE Rebecca. I got DK's and Mogamu's right there. Megan is right there in silver. It was so cool. Now, there are so many people that I'd like to thank. I don't even know where to begin. First and foremost, we're gonna start with Shamu. He was actually one of the VIPs that were there earlier for the brunch, and he came out of the cuts with this. What? A Delta Plus Master Grade? What the fuck? I was just like, oh my god, what the hell am I gonna do? How am I gonna hold this for the rest of the day? But it's absolutely fantastic. And it is another blonde pilot to add to my collection. And no, he did not stop there. For those of you guys who watched my advent, I got more dicks. We got more Haribo dicks! Now, for those of you who have absolutely no clue what these are, they are actually, this is how they normally look, okay? But I like to do this. And now they look like a little penis and some balls. Isn't that the best? Orange ones especially. They look a little fleshy. Then of course Lotus at 554, who actually stopped at the table, and they actually dropped off this. They actually had to sign their stuff, and they actually did the art for these gorgeous tarot cards. And the cool thing is that I love about this, it's Ember holding Frost. Isn't that fucking cool? And it's the lover's card. Look, it's the lover's card, and they signed it for me and everything too. Got a little smudged, but it's okay. I still love it nonetheless. So later on that night, a small group of us actually went out to do a little bit of drinking and do a little bit of eating after the whole event was over, because it was a crazy, crazy, amazing event. And while I did get to meet up with him a little bit earlier that day, I actually got to hang out with one of my clanmates, Asura Trella, fucking Vince. I can't fucking do the screen name thing. You need to come up with a much simpler screen name next time so I can pronounce it. So I got to hang out with Fate, DK, who else did we have at our table? We had Rebecca for a little bit, we had Dean for a little bit. It was pretty much fucking amazing. There was a lot of drinks to be had. There was a Kool-Aid drink that was fucking awesome. Then we also had a Windy City, which was pretty sick because it came in a cup, had a little area for you to bomb in, and then 2 shots in there. And you're supposed to take one, and then the other one drops in, and then you drink it, and then you finish up with the other shot. Couldn't figure out which way to drink it. I mean, I think the way that we ended up choosing was the wrong way, but it was the right way to our throats. And that's really all that matters, right? Is that your throat feels fine afterwards. Okay, so I probably shouldn't say this because it happened after hours. Technically, everything was done, but let me just say, you know how I've got a dirty mouth? Well, apparently, I got it from a Space Mama. Cause Space Mama, let me tell you, she is a hoot. She is a lot of fun after hours. Rebecca, you are fucking fantastic. The whole event went off without a hitch. It was amazing. There's so many things that I could say about it. All I know is that like it left me with a feeling that number one, our community is absolutely amazing. For all of those trolly fucking asshole comments and all of those people on the forums that think they know better than everybody else, the love in that room, all of those people that may watch the videos and may not leave a comment, and all of those people who might skim through the forums but not really leave anything behind, they are amazing, wonderful people, and they are not jackalopes. They are actually extremely sweet, and I loved meeting each and every one of them, and I hope that next year I get that same opportunity to see everybody, because it was absolutely breathtaking. It was amazing. And it wasn't just because, you know, Spectres of the Rail had just come out and they were like gonna give us things about Necros Prime. It was legitimately the community. The people that were there were absolutely amazing, whether it's the DE staff that works behind the scenes, whether it's the viewers, whether it's the Twitch kids, everything was absolutely amazing. And I can't wait to get back to make content, which is why I feel kind of burned, because my computer is sitting on my kitchen table dying and angry, and I am kind of angry about that, but hopefully I will be back soon. Hopefully we'll get the rig all back together. Haswell, I got you. Haswell, we're pulling you back together, bud. We're gonna make you stronger. We've got new parts for you that I one day shipped for an exorbitant amount, but hopefully I will be able to get that Kubro video out to you soon, as well as the rest of the Spectres of the Rail stuff, which I'm really, I was loving. Can't love it now. Now be aware, if things don't go as planned, do not be surprised if you see another one of these vloggy videos. Maybe I'll go ahead and do a return fire, or you know, we'll talk about PC specs, or we'll do something Warframe related. So that about does it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed whatever the fuck this was. Sorry my voice still sounds like shit, and trust me, if you listen, if I get that Kubro video out, and I don't have to re-record audio, it was pretty ugly. Regardless, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I will see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Horrible thing, but you know what? Let's start off with TennoCon. This is where I insert stuff to make it seem like, you know, there's edited content in the actual video, but there's not. This is just me talking on the blind side.